Bye-bye. Bill, hello.
Good day. A gentleman mentioned the Goon Show before. I can't remember seeing that on television. When I was a student and a teenager, I tried to listen to it. I listened to it a few times, but it really did nothing for me. I preferred the other English programs like Take It From Here and Jimmy Edwards Show with the Dick and woman Nichols, and some other ones. I'm only talking about English radio programs, but with the television. I've always liked well-written shows, and I think the Blackadder series was one of the best written shows I've seen.
That's it. You're right. That was an excellent one.
It just amazing. But it also shows, how a character actor like Tony Robinson, who started off, in a small way as Blackadder's assistant. What was his name?
Baldrick.
That's right, and of course he's he got knighted before Rowan Atkinson, and he does a lot of other travel programs on television like Choice and Prime.
Has he been knighted? Has he?
Yeah, he's Sir Tony Robinson.
What did he get knighted for?
His contribution to entertainment
before Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah, he got knighted before Rowan Atkinson. I think Rowan's been knighted, hasn't he? No, it would have to be in the last year or two. But he's brilliant. But
is it Sir? He's only CBE.
You're kidding? Is that right?
So Tony Robinson has been. Hang on, he might have got it. I wonder what he got it for.
Well, he's only been an actor as far as I'm concerned.
Honours and awards, knighthood.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that fun? Interesting.
Yeah, if you can find out what he was given it for, I'd very much appreciate it. But the other, probably the funniest program I ever saw on TV was, the Benny Hill Show, which just made me, it was silly, but it made me laugh all the time. And the two Ronnies I thought were sort of brilliant. And then you had those games, things like, Dad's Army and Hello, and anything by Sid James. He was a few years ago in the 60s and 70s, but any of his, he's a gruff guy who never smiled, and he was brilliant. Can I just say something about euthanasia now? Look, as I've got older, more senior in years, over the years, I've become sort of more anti-euthanasia. When I was sort of younger, I didn't sort of care much or understand oldies and things like that. And I've also found that the people who are prominent, say, advisors or commentators like broadcasters and journalists have become very liberal over the years, mainly. There's the odd couple like, Larry and perhaps Bruce, but I've found this, but I have also known about 6 people who had terminal cancer and got over it through alternative treatments and medicines and costing a bit of money and so on.
Well, they obviously didn't have terminal cancer, I guess, because by definition they got over it.
They did. I can't tell you the 6 cases. It'll take half an hour to tell you now. I won't tell you. I'll tell you some other time. But not a word of a lie. I'll tell you that. I know one guy cured himself with the pig cells from the Auckland Islands, and he used them in America for pancreatic cancer. And it cost him 600. He had to sell his house in Wellington to pay for it, but it cost him 600,000. And but a philanthropist put in 300,000, and that was through at the University of Texas.
Pretty full on.
In Houston. But and there are other cases as well. But I have sat with people dying. Including my wife years ago and the family members, and not one of them wanted to die. They
that's good. Then
live the next day and the day after.
Well, that's good. It's not always the same though. You would have heard the call from I think it was Judy at the top of the hour. Who talked about it. What do you say? What do you say to someone in that situation?
Well, my wife got it through died through medical misadventure, and she had a very painful cancer, but she took alternative. Look, we spent a couple of $100,000
what do you say?
Alternative medicine and things. Well, one of the 6 people that I was telling you about was in a situation like hers, like her sister. Now, in fact, I also know an 18-year-old girl, a farmer's daughter from the Manawatu, who was written off by the doctors in New Zealand about 25 years ago, and got in touch with Dr. Ian Gawler at his clinic in Melbourne, and she lived another 12 years through his radical treatment.
But what do you say? I'm asking, what do you say to people like the
don't
woman
give up. No. Well, look, I won't blame anyone for what they do. I know people who've actually, killed themselves with doses and things like that, and families have helped people. But it's up to people and their own conscience. But I would say to her, and she's listening, through my experience in Christchurch, I was a health reporter for 8 years. Hang on, because new treatments are coming through and new medicines all the time. And, it mightn't be this year or the next year, but it could be 7 or 8 years, 7 or 8 years time when something comes through.
So you'll be voting against. You'd vote against the euthanasia referendum.
Well, everyone I know, around 65, and that has told me that they'll be voting against it. That's why I don't believe Seymour anyway most of the time. But
I don't know. Well, I guess
it'll be interesting anyway.
Yeah,
so,
will do. Which way will you vote?
I'll vote against euthanasia because I think there'll be too many murders occurred.
Okay, so you're going with the worst case scenario. Yes. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I
think that's really unfounded, that sort of stuff, that everyone's going to be polishing everyone off.
I think,
murders happen anyway.
My own extended family, I have seen, an extended farm out where they couldn't wait for people to die. To get inheritances.
But it's not going to be allowing them just to walk in and switch things off like, I think we have to, anyway, well, hopefully they would.
There'll be encouragement of the thing, whereas, I'm a positive person, and people I've dealt with cancer, I've never ever mentioned dying. I've been positive and say, look, let's let's work ahead and what we're going to do.
I'm sure most people want to be positive about it. I think to when people aren't maybe feeling the same way as you are, but yeah. Okay. No, that's fair enough. Thanks, Bill. Thank you. 18 to 2.
We can tell.